Hey there, how are you doing today? You look fabulous. Today, I just want to take a minute and talk to you about the false advertising of Onpassive. So without further ado, I'll roll my intro and we'll get right into it.
Karma's a bitch.
So usually the false advertising of Onpassive is something that we see on the Marty DeGarmo YouTube channel. He tends to post a lot of these videos, like one that he posted recently, which was entitled Minnesota Twin Cities Genetic Research Machine Learning Robots Can Automate Micro Injection. It's very short, let's watch it together. I knew. I personally like naysayers news better, but maybe that's just me.
Minnesota Twin Cities genetic research machine learning robots can automate microinjection. You can join the next global AI giant Onpassive to use and market the next generation AI tools. Simply register for free at
But wait, what does Onpassive have to do with the Minnesota Twin Cities? Nothing. But on April 26th of 2024, there was an article posted that says automated machine learning robot unlocks new potential for genetics research. It goes on to say University of Minnesota Twin Cities researchers have constructed a robot that uses machine learning to fully automate a complicated microinjection process used in genetic research. In their experiments, the researchers were able to use this automated robot to manipulate the genetics of multicellular organisms, including a fruit fly and zebrafish embryos. The technology will save labs time and money while enabling them to more easily conduct new large-scale genetic experiments that were not possible previously using manual techniques. So I guess this was featured on the cover of the April 2024 issue of Genetics in a research article titled High Throughput Genetic Manipulation of Multicellular Organisms Using a Machine Vision Guided Embryonic Microinjection Robot. The work was co-led by two University of Minnesota Mechanical Engineering graduate students, Andrew Allegria and Amy Joshi. I am so sorry if I said that wrong, but this has not a thing to do with Onpassive. Yet they don't mind stealing this from the people at the University of Minnesota who work so hard on it and passing it off as their own. That is, again, an example of false advertising of Onpassive. Another example of this is when Marty DeGarmo goes completely overboard and he uses my favorite Gina Davis from A League of Their Own. There's no crying in Onpassive. This one is called Film and Television actress, producer, activist, and advocate Gina Davis promotes gender equality. Yes, because women that promote gender equality love MLM. This one is also very, very short.
American actress, producer, activist, and advocate Gina Davis is well known for her work in film and television, as well as her contributions to the cause of gender equality.
More than you.
Davis is also known for her advocacy work. You can join the next global AI giant Onpassive.
What the fuck does that have to do with Onpassive?
To use and market the next generation AI tools. Simply register for free at www.coolzone.ai.
Gina Davis is known as an American actor, activist, fashion model, and producer. She's also known as someone that really does stick up for women's rights, especially in business, especially in small businesses. And due to that, I really do not believe she would ever want to be attached to an MLM company. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Gina Davis Institute actually launched in 2007. I just don't feel like she would ever want to have anything to do with Onpassive, even if she knew it existed. But there's just something very gross about them using her in an ad. It's definitely another example of false advertising of Onpassive. I'm sure that you are wondering, where is all of this false advertising coming from, though? And of course, since Marty DeGarmo does not have an original brain cell or creative brain cell in his head, most of the videos that he's posting are coming from the Onpassive channel. After all, this is pretty much what they are posting all day, night long, just constantly. But I want to talk about one of the videos that grabbed my attention. This one's a tad bit longer than the last ones that we've watched, but it is called Metaverse and the Power of Voice Technology. Let's just take a moment and watch it all together. It's 2 minutes long almost.
Metaverse is an ever-expanding virtual world that attracts millions of users.
Okay.
It lets users interact with each other and explore new environments. The role of voice technology in enhancing the metaverse is becoming increasingly important. However, voice technology in the metaverse presents unique challenges and opportunities.
Okay.
Some of the challenges are technical limitations. Voice technology can be challenging to implement in large virtual events, as it needs to improve at recognizing speech in noisy or crowded environments.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear about what Onpassive has to do with any of this.
Then there are privacy concerns.
Oh.
Virtual assistants collect data to be used for targeted advertising or other purposes. Users need to be aware of how their data is used and that developers implement strong privacy policies. And finally, there are cultural and linguistic differences. Different accents and dialects can make the metaverse inaccessible to users from different geographical areas.
Okay.
However, there are several opportunities for voice.
And I'm sure that the people that are making the metaverse are familiar with all of this and they're dealing with it. Again, what does this have to do with Onpassive?
Technology in the metaverse. Improved user experience. Metaverse users can use natural language instead of keyboards and controllers.
Oh, wow.
Increased accessibility. The metaverse
It's so brief, isn't it?
can also be more accessible with voice technology for users with disabilities. Personalization. The metaverse uses voice recognition technology to learn user preferences and provide personalized recommendations.
Okay.
It's clear that voice technology will play a crucial role in shaping the future.
It is very clear. It's just that Onpassive has not made any of this voice technology, and it has nothing to do with the metaverse. So I'm wondering why they're talking about all of this and how you're going to bring it back to having to do with Onpassive.
The metaverse.
Bring it home.
And using voice technology can transform our interactions with the metaverse. For more interesting tech news, visit onpassive.com.
Wait, like just for the news about what's going on in technology that you have nothing to do with? Oh my. Onpassive, what are we going to do with you? So for those of you that are maybe not familiar with the metaverse and what it's all about, it's basically a loosely defined term referring to the virtual worlds in which users have avatars in order to interact. A lot of times it's in 3Ds and it's focused on social and economic connection. The term Metaverse originated in the 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash, so it's been around for a while. And the term metaverse is often linked to virtual reality technology, beginning in the early 2020s with Web3. It even states here on Wikipedia that the term has been used as a buzzword by companies to exaggerate the development progress of various related technologies and projects for public relations purposes. Information privacy, user addiction, and user safety are concerns within the metaverse, stemming from challenges facing the social media and video game industries as a whole. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the virtual reality stuff, but in 2017, Microsoft acquired the VR company Altspace VR, and they have since implemented virtual avatars and meetings held in virtual reality into their Microsoft Teams program. And as most of you are probably aware, in 2019, the social network company Facebook launched a social VR world called Facebook Horizon. In 2021, the company was renamed Meta Platforms, and its chairman, Mark Zuckerberg, the robot, declared a company commitment to developing a metaverse. But in 2021, Meta made a loss of over $10 billion on its metaverse development department, with Mark Zuckerberg saying he expected operating losses to increase meaningfully in 2022. In February of 2023, Zuckerberg wrote a Facebook post announcing the company's pivot away from the metaverse to focus on AI. The whole 3D virtual world thing is just kind of something that is done in massive multiplayer online video games. And it says here that some metaverse implementations rely on digital currencies and often cryptocurrency. We all know how I feel about them and NFTs and all of the blockchains. Don't do it. So the whole thing's kind of at a standstill. And once again, if you scroll this entire Wikipedia page or you look up anything about the metaverse and you look at it, you are not going to find anything that mentions Onpassive, even in the references. Onpassive has not a thing to do with the metaverse at all. I also just want to say that I find it funny that they were talking about how they're worried about the security of the metaverse when their website uses cookies and even third-party cookies, but doesn't let us know anything about it. Seems like it's not that secure. So you might be saying to yourself, but Queen, why is the false advertising of Onpassive such a problematic thing? You know, other than it lies to everyone and manipulates them and blah, 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 right? Well, according to the government of Canada, good old Canada.ca, it's against the law for businesses and individuals to advertise or market goods and services to Canadians in a way that is false or misleading. False or misleading marketing practices can harm consumers, harm other businesses that are engaging in honest practices, and negatively impact the economy. One of the objectives of the Competition Act is to deter deceptive marketing practices and to ensure consumers receive truthful information to help them make informed buying decisions. Is not being transparent when you make false advertising and marketing materials. The act applies to anyone inside or outside of Canada, like Onpassive, who is promoting the supply or use of a product, service, or any business interest through printed or electronic advertisements, written or oral presentations, like webinars, illustrations, like memes, and audio-visual promotions, like videos. According to Section 52, paragraph 74.011a, it is against the law to make materially false or misleading representations to promote a product, service, or business interest. A representation is material if the general impression it conveys leads someone to take a particular course of action, like going to coolzone.ai, like buying or using a product or service like OConnect. A representation refers to any marketing material, including online and in-store advertisements, direct mail, social media messages, promotional emails, and endorsements, among other things. Also, according to paragraph 74.011c, it's against the law to make a representation about the warranty or guarantee of a product if it is misleading or there is no reasonable prospect that it will be carried out. Like everything that Onpassive says, right? This includes any promise to replace, maintain, or repair a product or to continue a service until it has achieved a specified result. It's like not paying people until they buy OConnect first. Also, sections 52.01 and 74.011, it is against the law to make false or misleading representations in the sender, subject, and content of electronic messages, as well as in locator information, such as our dear friend Earl. The consequences associated with engaging in deceptive marketing practices depend on which provisions of the Competition Act and the conduct violates. Under the criminal provisions of the Act, violators can be tried in criminal court. This requires proof of each element of the offense beyond a reasonable doubt. Like, you know, sending them the video that you made with your link attached to it. Under the civil provisions, practices are brought before the Competition Tribunal, the federal court, or the superior court of a province or territory. To be found in violation requires that each element of the conduct be proven on a balance of probability. Also, you might want to know that there's a section 55 for multi-level marketing, and it says MLM is a legal business model for selling goods and services. Participants in an MLM plan earn compensation from supplying products to other participants or customers. However, it's illegal for operators or participants in an MLM plan to make any compensation claim at all, unless the claims include fair and reasonable disclosure of the amount of money likely to be earned by a typical participant. There's also section 55.1, which talks about pyramid selling. Pyramid selling generates profits by recruiting others and not necessarily from the sale of products. It is a criminal offense to establish, operate, advertise, or promote a pyramid selling scheme. That's right, here in Canada, it's even illegal just to promote one. Onpassive is in Canada, right? But it's not just Canada that has a problem with it. You see, the USA also has a problem with it. One of my favorite places in the entire world, which is Truth in Advertising, tina.org. They say that they use a 3-part test in the law that can help answer the question of if it is deceptive marketing. So if the answer to the following 3 questions is yes, then it's a false ad. Please think of the ads that we just all watched together.
Machine learning robots can automate microinjection. You can join the next global AI giant Onpassive. And advocate Gina Davis is well known for her work in film and television, as well as her contributions to the cause of gender equality.
More than you.
Improved user experience. Metaverse users can use natural language instead of keyboards and controllers.
Oh, wow.
Increased accessibility. The metaverse can...
It's so brief, isn't it? Please do think of the ads that we all just watched together as I read through these. Number 1. Was a claim made? Example, did the ad promise you something? Number 2, is the claim likely to mislead a reasonable consumer? For example, would that promise dupe an average person who is looking to buy the product or service advertised? And number 3, is the claim material? Does the promise involve information that is important to consumers? If you feel like you have seen a false ad, Truth in Advertising has an area where you can report false ads. It says if you spot or believe that you are a victim of a false, misleading, or deceptive advertisement in the United States, you can submit a complaint to tina.org. Please remember that our mission focuses on advertising, so this process should not be used to submit complaints about products or service issues. So what? Report false, misleading, or deceptive advertising. Why? Your submission may be posted publicly to our ad alert page to warn and educate others about a false, misleading, or deceptive ad in the marketplace. The information you submit may also be used to file a complaint with outside agencies. Please note that while tina.org takes every complaint we receive very seriously, we cannot guarantee that we will take action on every single one. The personal information you submit will not be publicly displayed. For more information, they have a privacy policy to read. You can choose to complete this form online, you can download it, you can mail to them, and they even give you a link to file with appropriate state or federal agencies if you choose to do so. And I am asking that going forward, we report the false advertising of Onpassive to tina.org. I've already reported Onpassive's false marketing in the past, and I hope that we can get tina.org to help us report them for it again. I am getting very fed up of them doing these false advertising campaigns where they steal what other companies are doing and then slap their ad on to the end. It is extremely manipulative, and I do believe that a lot of the people that are watching these ads that would sign up for Onpassive are going to think that Onpassive, for example, has something to do with the metaverse because they're marketing themselves as if they do. We're the next big tech giant, us over here. I know we're using somebody else's work to tell you that, but sign up to us today. And I believe it is against all of the laws, the Competition Act here in Canada, as well as any of the consumer protection laws in the USA, and probably everywhere else you guys live too, by the way. We probably all have laws against this. It is illegal to make these false advertising complaints where you literally steal ads from other companies and pass it off as your own. This is something that they've been doing for years, and I think it's about time that they get their karma for it. Let me know what you think about all of this down below. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. These are just a few of the ads, literally just 3 of them. But if you go and you scroll on Marty DeGarmo or on Passive's YouTube channels, you will be met with hundreds of these. So this is what I mean. We've reached a peak. I've had enough. They need to stop this. I've told them several times to cut it. They're not listening, and the false advertising of Onpassive needs to come to an end. So that's my call to action for all of you. Help me stop them from doing this. And these other companies don't want Onpassive and Ash Mufara's dirt on them, okay? They just. Again, let me know what you think down below. Please do give this video a like on your way out. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon with another one. Mwah! Bye! And remember, don't join it. It's a scam, a pyramid-shaped one that does false advertising. All right, it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
Well, we're fucked.
Damn it. It's basically a loosely... And even third... The USA also has a problem with it, and the USA also has a problem with it. The personal information you submit will only be publicly displayed. Will not be publicly displayed. What? Damn it. All right, it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
Well, we're fucked.
They call me a god. 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 Let's go.
All right, it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god.